Hi, my name is Brittney Ermon. I'm a reporter with NBC 15 WMTV in Madison, and this is what happens after CCIM. I majored in telecommunications and journalism and Spanish through undergrad, and I graduated in 2017. And then I loved Muncie so much, loved the program, and I stayed and got my master's in journalism, and I graduated in 2019. Ball State is a place to be. And I say that because, well, first of all, I stayed 6 years to get 2 degrees because I loved it so much. Ball State just gives you a different experience where you can go in and get real world, hands-on experience that you're gonna use in your professional life. So throughout undergrad, where I was able to do NewsLink Indiana and do those student media extracurricular activities, that also carried on into grad school. They let me stay. So you're looking at, live shots and packages and, working with equipment like cameras and Avid, News Cutter. Those are things that I use in my professional journey. So when I went to NBC 15 in Madison, Wisconsin, I walked in knowing how to edit, knowing how to use the camera. I knew certain approaches I had to take to do a story because of Ball State. So I think every experience that I had between undergrad and graduate school just made me well-rounded so I could go into the professional world and be ahead of other people because of what Ball State allowed me to do. You get to talk to people and get a front row seat, first of all, to history, but their personal life. They allow you to be in a personal setting with them, and they give you sometimes their deepest, darkest secrets, and you're a stranger. It's not only a privilege, but it's something that everybody gets to do, where someone that you don't know lets you into their bubble. You work long days. For example, this week, I think I was in the newsroom probably for 13 hours. And if you don't love this job, you'll burn out. And I think it's very important to know that your heart has to be in it. And it's not about being on TV. Because if that's what it's about, you'll be done in a month. And I think the work that we do is important because, again, it's a front row seat to history, and we get to talk to people that are strangers and talk about their problems and really expose some of the things that are going on that are sometimes ugly. And it can get tiring. You work holidays, it's not glamorous, you're lugging around cameras and tripods and microphones and all this equipment, and if you don't love it, you'll burn out. But I think those bad days and those, experiences that are kind of crazy because news changes, as you know, and you can start going out on one story and then 2 hours later you'll be rerouted, and that can be frustrating. But those good experiences where you get to make an impact and really touch someone's heart, or a viewer calls you and say, hey, I saw your story and I can speak to that, that's where it's rewarding. And it matters. And I think if your heart's in it, then you can do good work and really touch people's lives. It's when I did a story. It was about a program where people that used to be in jail were being taught different skills and experiences in terms of, how to get back on their feet. And I told this story, and sometimes you go into stories and you say, okay, this is going to be visually challenged. How am I going to tell this story? How am I going to make an impact? And that day, a viewer called me and he just said, I saw your story. I was in a similar situation as you, and that really touched my heart to find a reason to keep going and keep trying. Those moments where you have a viewer sitting at home and they say, wow, like that minute and 30 seconds that you put out touched me and inspired me. That's a proud moment, because everything you do in journalism, you want it to matter. You want it to have an impact. You want someone to sit at home and say, wow, that really touched my heart, or I care, or I learned something new. And I think those moments where you have people call you and say, hey, that really touched me and it touched my life, it's rewarding, and it gets me emotional thinking about it, because those moments matter. NBC 15. Like, where am I from? Okay. 3. I'm sorry, I'm used to counting down to that.